Hey everyone, we're here at the BC Overland Rally meeting up with Ray, Marianne, and their 3 sons. They've done some pretty epic long-distance road trips. Their latest one was actually a trip from London all the way to Singapore in an old Land Rover, and they drove over 16,000 miles with the whole family of 5 packed into that small Land Rover. So we're gonna go meet up with them and hear all about their crazy adventure. This video is sponsored by the Great Courses Plus, which is a fantastic platform offering a wide variety of online video courses. Stick around, we'll give you more information at the end.
In 2005, I was living in Singapore with the family, and we met these older English gentlemen. They were there for the 50th anniversary of this trip, where they drove an old Land Rover from London to Singapore. It was the first time anyone had ever done it, and it was the last time anyone ever did that route, because shortly thereafter Burma closed their borders. Fast forward 10 years, and I bought an old Land Rover for $300 that I found in a field, and we found out it was the same model that these guys took on their trip. And about 2 weeks later, Burma opened their borders. So we said, road trip.
The UK, France, Italy, Greece, Turkey, Iran, the UAE, India, Myanmar, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. I like overland travel because I like to just see how the terrain changes. We enjoyed meeting the people. Yeah, that was a huge part. We met so many nice people. It was really, really nice. People were very welcoming, very helpful, very generous too.
Overall, the trip took us about 9 months, start to finish, and it was about 16,000 miles. That included a lot of little detours because there were certain areas we couldn't do. We didn't want to take the road through Pakistan because there's a lot of bandits along that particular route, and we had our children with us. By the time we started traveling through Europe, all the campgrounds were closed for the season. So we actually were lucky we discovered the gypsies. And the gypsies set up these little camps all over the place. So we would find these gypsy camps and we would camp with them, and they were really funny. And then as we got into Turkey and Iran and places like that, then it was really easy for us to just camp on the roadside. We had to travel as if we were backpacking. So each person had one bag. We had a little down sleeping blanket, not even a sleeping bag, just a down blanket, compressible pillow, 1 change of clothes, 2 changes of underwear, your toothbrush, and we had a small cooking box, and we had 2 little tents, one for the kids, one for us, and some little Kermit chairs, these little chairs that fold up really small. And that was kind of it. Yeah, we didn't really have a lot of capacity for other stuff. We had a box of school books because the kids were homeschooling on the trip.
We homeschool, so it wasn't a huge change, you know. I just told the teacher what we were going to do, and the teachers were very excited. We've done other kind of like overland long journeys before, but this was the longest and by far the most varied, and also by far the most interesting and exciting, depending on how you look at it.
We were lucky that we've traveled a lot since the kids were tiny. They've had a lot of practice at putting up with Dad's crazy ideas.
So my favorite part about the London to Singapore trip was probably Myanmar, because you're really getting to see like the way people have been living. Like you got the modern cities, but then you also have the people living up in the hills in their small wicker houses, you know?
We had a lot of good moments. I think my favorite part was we went to Thailand and we did scuba diving. That was so much fun. We went to Phuket, which is like a scuba diving resort in Thailand, and we did our like open water certification there.
If I had to name one thing that was my favorite about the trip, probably either be France or Iran. France just because food was amazing, it had so much culture and history there, and then Iran just because the people were incredibly nice, like nicest people in the world there.
Meeting the different people was really special, and the most special people we met were the people that helped us fix our truck, because our truck was terrible. It broke down every single day, and it was 62 years old, so it was so hard to find parts for. But we used Facebook to connect with local Land Rover clubs, and they introduced us to these old mechanics who used to work on these trucks when they were new. And when we were in Darjeeling, we met an old guy, and the main seal blew on the back of the engine. He took an old leather Gurkha army hat and cut a new leather seal out of the hat and fit it onto the engine and put it back together. It was amazing. people are always wondering, how do you pay for a trip while you're on the road? I do marketing and advertising consulting. Because I work for myself, I was able to schedule a lot of projects before my trip or delay a lot of projects until after my trip was over. We've organized this series of rallies called the Overland Rallies. And it's just a great way for people to come and learn skills and get over their fears. A lot of people are afraid that when they go on a long trip, bad things will happen. And it's a legitimate fear, but the percentage of time that anything bad does happen is really, really small. And so we just wanted a way for people to connect and learn some new skills and have fun.
I've got 2 brothers, both my parents in the car. It's 5 people in the car, which is tiny. You know what I mean? The interior is of like a 90s Honda Accord. You know, it's cramped in the back. Everyone gets on each other's nerves. But at the end of the day, it's just like you can put aside all the arguments and all the breakdowns and all the stress of the trip to just look at this great adventure and experience that you get to share with like your family because you're all so close.
Hope you enjoyed checking out this family's overland adventure. Again, we want to say a big thank you to the Great Courses Plus for sponsoring this video. The Great Courses Plus is basically like a Netflix for learning. They offer a subscription to an on-demand video learning service with lectures and courses from professors and experts from places like National Geographic and the Smithsonian. A subscription gets you access to over 9,000 video lectures about all sorts of different subjects you might be interested in. And you can watch the courses on pretty much any device. They even have an app so that you can stream your courses from almost anywhere. We've actually been checking out some of their courses and we're pretty surprised to see how many we want to take. At the top of our list are the courses about travel photography, history's great voyages, and our favorite so far is the Spanish language course. We've been trying to learn Spanish for years, but it's still very rusty, and for us it would be great to know a 3rd language when we're traveling, so this course is really going to help us out. If you want to try some of these courses for free to see if you like them, the Great Courses Plus is offering our viewers a free trial. The link to get the free trial is thegreatcoursesplus.com/exploringalternatives, or you can click the link in the description below to start your free trial today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.